What's up, Brent? How you doing?
I'm doing good, Matt. How are you?
I'm good, man. We've been busy lately. It's been a blessing. Janelle and I have been traveling all over. Seems like the state of California, showing homes.
Nice.
Working with players again has been wonderful.
Nice. What cities you been showing property in?
So we've been up in, you know where Los Molinos is?
Hamilton City.
Yeah,
come on. We throw out that word, Hamilton City. You know, I know where Los Molinos is. Dead Bluff.
So we had gotten a listing last year in Rancho Tehama, and it was this couple tiny little dilapidated trailers on kind of a nice piece of land, you know, but we had our sign out there for like a year because it took forever to sell. And we've just been gaining so many clients from that thing. It's ridiculous. And we live in Yuba City. So let's
take a time out. So some of you don't worry about taking that listing. It's going to be hard to sell. It's a free billboard in the yard. Yeah. Like, you should actually forget the normal sign. Go to the sign shop, order one. If you're in an area where they'll allow it, that's about 10 feet across, 7 feet high, and a giant billboard. You will be, obviously, they're the experts. Look out of that. And you're worried, well, they're going to think I can't sell the house. They're assuming you just own the billboard. Yeah. So anyways, it's marketing. Good. Congratulations.
Yeah. We got so many leads from that, and we're still traveling up there. It's fun.
Nice.
And then just went back to the basics, Brent. We had a little downtime, a little slow time when the shift happened. And I was like, what is the problem with my business? And I realized I was the problem with my business. I wasn't going and doing the one thing that every agent's supposed to do. And that's, I got lazy when people were calling me, and I stopped calling my database. So right. KV Core, our CRM, is texting them, emailing them. And it was like an earth-shattering moment. I made a phone call, and the guy was like, Matt, I've just been waiting for you to call.
Wow.
So it's been fun, man. We just love living, as well as I'm sure you do. I see
like
it all
living
the time.
More than not living. So
yeah, exactly. That's the
alternative. What's the saying? You've never seen a hearse pulling a U-Haul.
Right.
You can't take it with you, so give it away. Bless people. Enjoy your life. I love it.
You've been up in Montana and Yellowstone having a good old time, huh?
Yeah, I took my oldest daughter. I took my son to France. We were in Lisbon, Portugal. Then we flew to Nice. Then we helicoptered into the F1 Formula One racing, Monaco Grand Prix, right. the place, the casino there and the yachts. And we were on the back of one of those 160-foot yachts right at the race line. It was wild. So we did that. Then I got back and I took my 30-year-old. She's a BMW. Do you know what a BMW is, Matt?
Yeah, the car.
Nope. When you call a woman a BMW, it means something else. Do you know what it means?
No, I do not.
Burly mountain woman.
Oh.
So this little granola cruncher, put the yellow daisy in her hair and put her little hiking boots. And she's like Heidi in Switzerland. And when she was 15, she would do the Sierra Northwest Trail, the John Muir Trail, the Pacific Northwest Trail that runs from Mexico all the way up to Canada. Right. And she would do the part by Yosemite and Tahoe and Desolation Wilderness. And she would take 18 people out in the backcountry you had to have bear canisters because it wasn't if the bears were coming that night, and they're coming. And your stuff better be in these, And so she did that her whole life. She's a total outdoors person. So I figured, what better place to go than Big Sky Country, the Denton Ranch. We fly fished the Madison, hired a guide, Old Faithful, went to Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
Nice.
Boom. Hiked the Grand Tetons, jumped off a cliff, paragliding. It was just a wild time. So 9 days of that. I just got back 2 days ago. I'm trying to calm down and just chill and enjoy 4th of July weekend. So here we are.
Well, I appreciate you coming on with me today, man. That's awesome.
You bet. Happy to be here.
So, build 2023.
Yes.
Just around the corner.
Yep.
Talk about it.
Well, this is the event by accident. It started about 5 years ago with 4 of us going golfing in Scottsdale. 4 more people heard about it. Say, can we join you? I go, man, we're just golfing, swimming at the JW Marriott Desert Ridge in the afternoon and going out to dinner tonight at Roy's Hawaiian Fusion Steakhouse. And we're just going to play golf, swim, go out to dinner and enjoy hanging out with each other for about 2 or 3 days. 4 more people came, 4 more people, 4 more people. Within 2-3 weeks, 88 people heard about this little golf trip and flew out from all over the U.S. Wow. And there were 88 of us. So we go, let's do a little mastermind. I got a little room. We rented it from like 4 to 6 in the afternoon. And it was so popular the next year, everyone's like, we got to do this again. This was too much fun. And it was mainly fun. That was the focus of the event. Next year, 400 people came out. We're like, oh my gosh, this was, I mean, everybody loved it. Let's do it again. So we moved it to the Red Rock in Las Vegas, out Summerlin. It's about 20 miles off the strip. 1,200 people showed up. And then the next year, COVID hit. And then the next year, we were able to do it in Dallas at Grapevine outside of Dallas.
Yeah, I was at that one.
Right. And we had 5,000 people show up. It was
insane.
It's organic. It's agent driven. This is not Remax. It's not Kellaway. This is not even EXP. It's agents training agents how to sell more real estate than they've ever sold in their life, how to survive a shift, and thrive, get your mindset right, as you just demonstrated. And so this year we have 31 speakers. It's July 10th, 11th, and 12th. And if anybody wants to know, it's the biggest thing happening all year. Like, don't miss it. It's once a year. Yeah. Our summer conference called Build a Life, Build a Future, Build Wealth, Build Legacy, Build Health, Build a Family, the whole theme of building, build your sales business. And you could check it out at buildevent23.com. So you go online, buildevent23.com, get yourself a ticket, come, it'll change your life. It's just going to be a massive event and amazing speakers. So yeah, and we're very excited about it. It's in like 10 days. It's coming out. Yep. That's
awesome. I was on one of these with Albie Stasek a couple of weeks ago, and I was talking about build, and I was like, I just couldn't believe that the thing was put on by a real estate agent, for one, and I was like, it was like Brent Gove personally gave us a gift, I've never.
It was Gene Frederick, Rob Flick, myself, Sheila. It's agents, plural. I get way too much credit. This was, if it wasn't for Gene Frederick, Rob Flick, Sheila Fejeran, Scott Lewis, people like that, Pat Hayes, I mean, the OG, really, it's them. They're the magic. I just show up and do the thing. So.
You just show up and get on stage, huh?
Drink the coffee.
But yeah, we've been the last 2 years, and every time it's like you spend months just unpacking all of the stuff that you learn at this event. If you don't go, you're going to miss out. Bottom line.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
my parents are coming. I'm at their home right here in Fair Oaks. I was going to try to do this on my iPhone from my car, and it was not working. So I ran into my dad. This is my pop's office here. My dad, Jim Gove. Y'all know Jim Gove. In fact, it's a funny thing. When we moved to Sacramento in 1976, this was my bedroom. So we're in my childhood bedroom here when Brent was 6 years old. There's my childhood door. And I had a double bunk bed right here, and Dad turned it into an office now. So they've been here since 76 for, I don't know, was that 40 years? 40 years. I'm in Dad's office. I said, Dad, where's your computer? Funny enough, we're like, this is where I grew up, right here, staring at this ceiling going, trying to fall asleep. Anyway.
Right. So what other fun stuff do you have planned for the summer? I mean, I know you love travel.
Man, okay, we're going to build when we get done. The next day we fly to Puerto Rico. We're going to be in Puerto Rico through the rest of July. At the end of July, we're flying back to Dallas. We're attending the Create conference by Ken Jocelyn. And Sharon Lecter will be there. Brendan Bouchard will be there. There are so many mega stars. He's got speaker after speaker. He's paid anywhere from $50,000 to $150,000 to be there. Wow. Jordan Peterson, Jordan Peterson, that guy's incredible, incredible. He's going to be there, and there'll probably be 400 or 500 people at the event. It's not a huge event, and all kinds of opportunities to spend personal time with the speakers. I think there are like 8 world-class speakers, and look it up. I would just Google it, Create Conference Dallas,
Okay.
2023, Ken, Ken Jocelyn, Joslin. We're going to that. I begged my kids to come. I bribed them to come because you become like those people you hang out with.
Right.
If you don't have any new ideas. You keep implementing the same ideas and patterns, which gives you the same life. And I realize your life may be great. It may be okay. You're like, that's not so bad, but how about flipping amazing?
Right.
And so you need new thoughts to give you a new reality. Same old thoughts, same old reality. So I go to the stuff constantly. So I'm doing my event July 10th through the 12th, the Build Conference in San Antonio, Texas, at the JW Marriott Hill Country Resort. We booked the whole thing, 2 18-hole golf courses, everything. But then I'm doing Create, and then I get done with that. And then the first week in March, right after that, maybe 5 days later, I'm going to Miami. And my wife's attending an Elaine Cardone 10X super conference, empire building women event for 2 days.
Right.
Then after that, we're going to Nantucket. And then after that, we're going back to Puerto Rico. Then after that, we're going to Vail and Breckenridge, and then the balloon races in Reno and off to Cabo, Mexico. I mean, we are just on the move. So probably way more than you wanted to know, Matt. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. I love hearing about all the things that you're doing because it's a goal of mine to get to a point where I can just say, you know what? Selling houses isn't as fun as it used to be. And I want to start doing fun things, all the time and just character building stuff and just, just get there to that point would be wonderful.
Come on. What is that little thing? Did you put that there? There's a little thing in the upper right-hand corner of my pictures. My dad do that, or what's that say?
Well, The Path of Travel.
Is that you?
Yeah, that's from me.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's my first book that I wrote. And I just put the graphic up every time I do one of these for like a little subliminal
message. Read my book. I don't have my glasses on. I thought the word path, it looked like the word faith. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Faith. Yeah. I thought it said faith and travel. I'm like, that must be my dad's because my dad is a total man of faith. This is his coffee cup here. Right. And he's always doing stuff, man. But, man, it's so great to be here today. So what do you want to cover today, my man? What do you want to cover?
I mean, let's talk about mindset, right? Like okay. I just got my mind reset after a shift. And it's been kind of fun ever since, right? Because it's like you said, it's about the top 5 people that you're around that influence you the most, right? That's why you have to keep going to these events. You have to keep doing stuff that challenges you and makes you stretch and grow to a better you, right?
Right, absolutely.
And so that's something I've been really working on doing lately and staying cognizant that, I don't become complacent because things are easy. Because in my opinion, complacency can just tank your business as far as building it and building it and building it.
That's good. I like that. I was thinking about mindset. I was trying to remember the quote when you were talking there, and it's from Seneca, and he noticed this thousands of years ago. Ancient Greek philosopher, I think Seneca, and he said, "It is things are not. It is not because you do not try." If I can get this right.
Yeah, good.
Things are difficult. Not because you do not try, it is because you do not try that things are difficult.
Right.
And most people just don't get in the battle. And so this is 4th of July weekend, 2023.
Yeah.
And the 4th of July is to celebrate Independence Day from Europe, from specifically England, specifically the King of England and taxation and the lack of freedoms and, the right to bear arms, the right to free speech, the right to practice religion, the right, to have your freedoms and not to have them taken from you by a king or a queen or a dictator, right. To be the United States of America, and that we look out for each other and we protect freedom. So I get this great quote. I was at the first Independence one. It was in Greenville, South Carolina, and I was speaking there. And on the ground, that's actually my foot to the left. That's there's my little foot. Show you my foot. And
Yeah.
these were all over the ground outside. There were like 40 of these. I took pictures of a bunch of them. I want to read you a couple.
Yeah.
Because this one says, we must recall that basic principle of liberty is freedom of choice, which many say on their lips, but few have on their minds. And so most people are just, they're living to die. Right. I'm going to retire, they're living to die. They're not dying to live.
Yeah.
And there's a big difference between people that are living to die and dying to live. By the way, this is by Dante, the famous guy there, Dante. And then there's another great quote. I mean, we are here. It's 4th of July weekend. You'll know this guy. Those willing to give up a little liberty for a little security deserve neither security nor liberty.
Right.
It's kind of hardcore.
Yeah.
Benjamin Franklin.
Right.
These guys weren't playing. How about this one? The cost of liberty is less than the price of oppression.
Damn.
How about this one? This one's good. Come on, open up. He said, you should never wear your best trousers when you go to fight for freedom and liberty. Right. Heinrich Isbin. And so he's not such a famous guy, but they go, wow, that's good. In other words, it ain't going to be pretty.
Right.
You're going to get muddy and messy, and but liberty, what would it be like to live in a free country? Now, we're so spoiled in America. We're so used to having freedom that we just I'm just trying to pay my cell phone bill. I'm just trying to, you're just kind of almost numb to it. How about this one? The cause of civil liberty must not be surrendered at the end of 1 or even 100 defeats. Abraham Lincoln.
Let's go.
Abraham Lincoln. The last one I'll read to you is a favorite. I'll flip through a bunch. I got Aristotle here. The basic of a democratic state is liberty, freedom. And do you have freedoms? Here's Thomas Jefferson. I would rather be exposed to the inconveniences of attending too much liberty than those of attending too small degree of it. But here's my favorite one I wrote down. And you guys will all know this person. He said, let every nation know, whether it wishes us well or ill, that we shall pay any price, bear any burden, meet any hardship, support any friend, oppose any foe to assure the survival and success of liberty. Yeah. JFK, baby, John F. Kennedy.
Right.
And so I'm a proud American, and I don't think our country's got it all figured out. I think we're kind of messed up right now, but here's the deal. I've been all over the world this past year. It is the best place on the planet. Now, you may not feel that way, but God bless America. It's over 200 years running democracy. Nothing's ever lasted that long.
Right.
And the Declaration of Independence and the U.S. Constitution is a big deal. So I guess I spent some time on this, Matt, to get back to your thing of mindset.
Right.
I don't think people realize that we're in a war. And you got to get a little radical about it. Like fine, you're not in a war. Okay, how's it going for you? Well, I can't pay my mortgage payment. I can't pay my rent payment. Or I'm getting by. How's it going? Fair to middle end. How about amazing and just boom, I'm doing something. I'm a change agent. I'm an agent of transformation. I walk in the room. I pick up the temperature of that room. I'm aware of my face. When I've learned to kind of smile when I talk. You work it out. When I'm on a Zoom, I don't do this. I do this. Yeah. I'll listen. I move. I'm aware of my face. Right. I took things off the wall. I'm in my dad's office. He had a bunch of stuff up there. I go, hey, Dad, can I take that off from? I pay attention to what's behind me in the Zoom.
Right.
And I had this unbuttoned, and I looked like a midlife crisis, And so your chest isn't as hairy as mine, but I'm like, oh man. So I buttoned it up. So I pay attention. But here's the deal: you're in a war. You're in a battle. Yeah. And are you a general? Are you a foot soldier? Are you handing out towels? Here, this is for you. Here's canteen. Here's a towel. I mean, and it's all important. But who are you? Are you a leader or a follower? And sometimes you need to be a follower before you can be a leader. Right. And then, but you got to. What's Tony Robbins always say, Matt? Step up.
Yeah.
Step up.
Action.
Don't be a victim. Well, if Biden wasn't in office, if Trump hadn't have been in office, if Obama was in office, if Bill Clinton was still, if we could have gotten Hillary elected, if the governor of my state, Santos, or Gavin Newsom, my life would be so better I get that. But here's the deal: don't be a victim. Do not blame the interest rates for your lack of success. You could, okay, fine, you win the war. You're a victim. You're right, interest rates. So. Are you going to go get government cheese? Are you going to go get
Right.
I literally, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
And so you got to step up, not be a victim, but be a victor. Go, okay, yeah, this is my current situation, but I'm going to overcome. Tony Robbins says massive action creates results. Let's break this down and give it to you, Matt. So what is massive action? Well, you're struggling. Now some of you are killing it. I'm not talking to you because you probably do what I'm about to say. But for those of you that are struggling, you're like feeling sorry for yourself, that you're feeling sorry for yourself because you're feeling sorry for yourself, this sucking whirlpool of depression and hell, cut that stuff and start thinking about what is good and having gratitude and refuse to write down that little whirlpool of depression. Cut that stuff out. Take control of your thoughts and think about what's good, where you're going, what you're going to do. But I will say this. How many people have you talked to in the last 30 days? I don't know. I probably talked to 30, 40, 50 people. Great. You should have done that this morning.
Yeah.
I don't think you quite get what it takes to be successful. You should have talked to 30 to 50 people this morning. Why didn't you? I didn't really think about it. Who would I call? Listen to me. Hunger is your greatest asset, man. I could reach in there right now and just grab you, and you gotta have some fire, man. Some fire in the belly. This is your kids we're talking about. Your lack of huevos, of cojones, of whatever it is. Your lack of that, of grit and fire, is your kids are in public school. Do you know what they teach your kids in public school?
Ooh.
It's horrific.
Not good.
Public school is horrific. Man, I paid for homeschool and private. You have to pay for homeschool. You gotta do. Pay for, but homeschool, private school, and guess what? Those are my values. My values are not in the public school system. The public school system is like whacked. And so, I know I'm beating around the bush and I should be more clear about how I feel. But here's the deal. It was important to me. So I would go do open houses from 9 in the morning on Saturday till 9 at night. I went by an open house today, Matt. I looked at my wife. I go, oh my God, look at that. Open today from 10 to noon. Right. It's like my children, when they went and got jobs at Taco Bell or a coffee shop, they worked a 2 or 3 hour shift. That's what children do. You got to do half a day, 9 to 9, any 12 hours in the day. Yeah. That's kind of extreme. I want to have a life too. Listen to me. If you can't buy groceries for your kids, if you're worried about where you're going to live, if you're worried about your mortgage payment, rent payment, you know what? Go work more than half a day. Instead of 12 hours a day, work 18 hours a day. Yeah. Do what it needs to be done for a short period of time to get momentum, harness momentum. So what I mean is you have a plan. I'm going to go, and it won't be comfortable. They're not really responding to me. I know you suck. You're horrible. You're just starting to do it. But when you start talking to 30, 40, 50 a day, 30, 40, 50 a day, within 4, 5, 6, 7 days, you learn by default what to say, what not to say, what gets results, what doesn't get results. And all of a sudden, everything you touch turns to gold. I know what it's like to sell 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 homes a month, not a year, a month, because I get it. There is a battle raging for good and evil, light and darkness. You're going to get overcome or you will overcome. Now, the cool thing is you're not overcoming people. You're not climbing on people, but you set big goals. You step up, you put in massive action, and you succeed. You can break through. But if you keep doing what you've been doing, you will keep receiving what you've been getting. And if you like that, you're doing good, keep it up. Good for you. Yeah. But if you want things to be different, you cannot continue to do what you're doing. That's why I go to 10X with Grant Cardone. That's why I go to UPW, Unleash the Power Within with Tony Robbins. That's why I go to John Maxwell. That's why I go to Lance Wallnau. That's why I attend Francis Chan stuff out of San Francisco. Guy's amazing. Francis Chan, amazing. They're amazing. Krista Mayshore, Workman Solutions, Wailopo, NAREP events, ARIA events. I mean, I go. You go stuff. Wait 2 or 3 months. But guess what? I'm on the cutting edge, baby. Yeah. I have momentum. And then when you harness momentum, boom, you go on a listing appointment, you get it. You show property, you get it. Everything you touch turns to gold. And life is fun. Yeah. So I'm gonna give it back to you, Matt. But if you want to get out of this spiral, this depression, go do something. Like come up with a plan and you do it. I don't care if you have to throw up while you're doing it, you do it. If you have to have 5 cups of coffee, go get 5 cups of coffee. Right. But guess what? When you got the big mo, baby, life is fun. It is good. And then you can thank the man, not your lucky stars, but you thank the one who made the stars. And you can thank the Lord. That's right. I'm a Christian. I love Jesus. I thank him. and you think what you want to do. If you're agnostic, right, hey, more power, do your thing. But here's the deal. Be grateful. And I'm just excited about what this year is going to bring. You should put that kind of energy into it. And if you think you can't, you're probably right. And if you think you can, you're probably right.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, take it back, Matt.
Brent, man,
there.
I really, really appreciate you coming on today. I really do. It has been a blast. I have to drive up to Oroville for a listing appointment. And so if you can stick around for just a minute.
Tabletop Mountain, Oroville, best place to hike for spring flowers. We go every year. We bring the kids. There's waterfalls. Yeah. Tabletop Mountain in Oroville. Super fun. There's a giant bloom of wildflowers. A great day hike. Then we have lunch at the little Chinese food restaurant in Oroville.
Yeah,
love that place.
Nice.
All right.
So stick around for a second. I'm going to close it out. Okay.
You got it.
Thank you, brother.
You bet.